I'm at the mission of Norway to the European Union's seminar on sustainable fishing in the Arctic, and I had the chance to speak to several of the key guest speakers. You're all about high-end, high-quality king crab produce. How does this actually fit in with the idea of the conservation of species?
Well, I see no conflict of interest there because we take from the total allowed quota and we are fully within limitations. So we are not overfishing anything on what we are doing. We are on the contradictory, Friends of the Sea focused. All our crab is coming with the ID tag, linked to the catch certificate, so you can easily find out that every our crab is legally caught and brought to the market.
You're obviously dealing, I suppose, with an abundance of numbers at the moment because this is something you've only recently started. What do you think the chances are of perhaps the numbers diminishing over time?
Well, at least the way we're doing in Norway, I'm pretty sure that we're keeping the catch on a level now, which is maintaining the same volume. But the volume is small in Norway, 1,000 tons, so I think the future, this will be the new farm species.
Your product has been enjoyed by heads of state the world over in the finest restaurants. What's the way up from here for you?
Well, I think it's still to build more new markets. I would like to penetrate into the US. I would like to try maybe to do something in Brazil because it started out in Asia. Live seafood is all about Asia. I think that live seafood is the most significant trend after sushi sashimi now coming to Europe. You see several places in Europe now, they're building tanks, building aquariums. Yesterday they opened a restaurant in London, which is a concept store where king crab, live king crab is 80% of the product on the menu. So I think you will see this trend grow globally and hopefully it comes to Norway because strangely enough, last year had less than 1% of my turnover in Norway.
There seems to be a certain misconception at the moment that with the melting water globally, that this will increase the sort of production, the flow of fish. This isn't the case though, is it?
Not directly. This is a really complicated system. Ice may disappear and may change the plankton production, but that doesn't mean that all the fish will move after. Some fish are limited to just need shallow waters, like cod, haddock. All the demersal species need shallow water, so they will not go further north than to the shelf break, but they might move eastwards in the future to the Kara Sea if the temperature increases sufficiently. So the only species that might move into the Arctic Ocean in the future are stocks that are living pelagic, like herring, redfish, and so on.
What does this mean then in terms of the prevention of overfishing, of the introduction of moratoriums on fishing? Do you think this will have an effect?
I think this will not happen very fast, that fish are migrating into the Arctic Ocean. And if they migrate into the Arctic Ocean, we will do it just for feeding. So that will be feeding migration. So it means that they will be there for a short while during the summer season. The important thing is that the politicians, before that happens, agree on some rules for fishing activities. If they want to have a moratorium or not, it's not my problem. But they need to have regulations for what they can do in the Arctic Ocean in the future when fish go there for feeding. Otherwise, they might. But you see, another point is to go there to fish is a long way, so it's a lot of cost to transport the boat up there, to do the fishing and back again. So this is also something to do with economy. Is it useful or beneficial to go so far, long distance to do fishing? So it's long from every harbor.